Okay, so we're gonna make some crunchy garlic noodles and I'm gonna add ground pork to them. So we've got this Pampered Chef Crunchy Garlic Crisp seasoning, and then I've got just regular ramen noodles, and I'm gonna throw out the seasoning packets. We're gonna make our own teriyaki sauce with honey. And like I said, I'm gonna use pork in mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and get this pork cooked up. So I'm going to use a 3-quart stainless steel saucepan, but I want to get it really good and hot before I put my oil in. And I'm going to use some garlic infused canola oil instead of just regular olive oil, so it'll have that extra garlic flavor to it. So we want to make sure the pan's nice and hot, like I said. Then we'll put in our oil and we'll let it warm up for about 15 or 20 seconds before we put the meat in. Okay, so that'll loosen up when it's ready, and then I will kind of break it up a little bit more, and we'll cook that all the way through. So see, now that it's been in there long enough and heated up enough, I can move it all around and just kind of break it up some more. I'm also gonna throw some garlic in there. So I like a lot of garlic, but I'm not gonna mince it. I'm gonna actually like kind of chop it up and use that instead. So I'll probably do 4 or 5 of these pretty good sized garlic cloves. I don't see the point in just doing 1 or 2. So we're gonna do 4 or 5. All right, I did 5. So like I said, I did these more like chopped rather than doing them minced. I'm just gonna mix those all in there really good and let those kind of cook for a minute before we do anything else. All right, so now we're just gonna put a little bit of salt in here, and we'll do some pepper. We don't need a whole lot because we've got the seasoning, the crunchy garlic seasoning, so that should be enough. Okay, so we're gonna take that off the heat and we'll go ahead and get our noodles made. So I don't have all night, so I'm just gonna do these in the micro cooker. So I'm using just regular ramen noodles, and I'm gonna use 3 of these, and we're not gonna use the seasoning packets. Those are really full of sodium anyway, so we're gonna do 3 of these, fill this up with water, put the lid on, and do it in the microwave for a few minutes, and then we'll have our noodles ready. So my recipe calls for this Pampered Chef teriyaki sauce with honey, and I did not order any, and so I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna use 6 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce, and that's about 3/8 of a cup, and then the rest of it will go to about 1/8 of a cup of honey, and that'll give us the 1/2 cup of sauce that we need, if I'm doing the math right, which I may not be, but I think I am. All right, I got that added, so I'm gonna put it in the microwave for like 15 seconds so that it'll really all be thin enough so that I can whisk it up really good. Okay, so I got the sauce done, I've got the noodles done, they turned out perfect. So now I'm just gonna get my pan hot again. I'm gonna add in 1/2 stick of butter, and then my 2 tablespoons of the crunchy garlic seasoning, and then I'll throw in my noodles and my sauce and everything. We'll mix it all up, and it will be ready, except I'm going to fry an egg for the top of each bowl. Okay, we're gonna put in our seasoning, and then we'll do 2 tablespoons of this and then stir it all around. Want to stir it up really good so that all that meat is coated. And then once we get all that done and we do our sauce and our noodles, we'll see if we need any more of the seasoning. I don't think we will, but we'll find out. All right, now we're gonna add our sauce. Want to let that simmer for a minute, and then we'll put in our noodles. So that made quite a bit. So it was 3 packages, and I used about 1 pound of pork, maybe a little more, I don't know. But now I'm going to top it with a fried egg and some green onions, maybe a little cilantro. All right, so now we're gonna do an egg. And I think I'm gonna top it with a little bit of the same seasoning. So let's get a little bit of that. Doesn't need a whole lot, I don't think. And then we're gonna top the ramen with that. Okay, now this is how nonstick this was. I didn't use anything in there. Don't make fun of me using this because my other one is dirty. But anyway, it completely, nothing sticks to this pan ever. It's so good. And I am getting this egg really pretty well done because that's how Jason likes them. All right, there it is. Gave him some edamame on the side. And then there's dinner.